It's a great pleasure to be here in ELCINIA's Source India conference. I have to thank Salcom MD Mr. Sashi for giving this opportunity. In fact, when he asked me what is the topic that I'm supposed to address, when we discussed GST is more relevant today in the supply chain. When I say GST, everybody is looking at me like, what is the surprise in GST? It was the same surprise in July 1, 2017, when the Honorable Prime Minister got this in the country. And we were all thinking return filing and everything will be easy. But by introduction of GST itself in the country, India has scaled up the rank in ease of doing business. If they had made the return filing so easy, then India would have reached somewhere in 50th rank in the country in the ease of doing business. That's a kind of a transformational GST. GST is such a kind of a transformational tax reform. And how is it relevant to especially the suppliers and buyers? Today, one thing that is integrating both supplier and buyer, other than the business, is GST. Now, for example, there's a customer and you actually sell him. Moment to sell him, product is transferred, is using for manufacture. Beyond that, accountant will be following it up with the seller. Because unless you go and pay the tax what the customer has paid you, the customer is not eligible for the input tax credit. More than the margin you make out of him, he is more concerned about you paying GST, because 18% is an average. For example, if that electronic product comes at 18%, and if you don't remit to the government, his 18% goes off. So because he cannot take the input tax credit. So complete value chain efficiency is now dependent upon the GST. It's very serious, especially for the electronic industry. It requires more attention, because when I look at the margins of the electronic manufacturing companies, it's very thin because we depend upon the volume. And India is now emerging as a Make in India hub, where I was happy to see from yesterday's presentation and the Sashi's presentation that in 2014 India was only manufacturing. Hardly one of the manufacturers was claiming it is made in India. Today 98%, I think more than 278 manufacturers is what I understand, is now making in India. Most of the products are made in India in the electronic industry. And to highlight this, it's very important to have the efficiency, and definitely the GST is giving a great opportunity with respect to also streamlining your business efficiency. By ensuring that you pay GST on time and ensuring that you collect the GST and remit to the government, your business process also becomes efficient. Let me give you one small 4-step mantra or 4-step which you should